it's Abby. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video I am going to be trying out the world's first silicone infused makeup sponge. This is from the brand Super Sponge, and they were kind enough to send me the exclusive first look of the sponge, and right away I already think this is super duper cute because I am obsessed with purple. Purple is my favorite color and their whole Instagram feed is just purple like craziness. And yeah, so also super cute. They personalized it for me. When we open this up, inside it just has a little bit about the sponge itself. So it says, "Hi Abby, we're so excited to share with you the world's first makeup sponge that doesn't suck. Literally. Your foundation coverage can now extend by up to 2 to 4 times with our silicone infused technology. We spent 2 years developing this patent pending product so it would stay marshmallow soft while increasing its durability and coverage. The infused silicone barrier also limits nasty germs from penetrating into the sponge core." That sounds good because I hate germs. I am a germaphobe. "So no more dirty, smelly sponges." Also sounds good. So that's just like a little bit about it. It says it in the inside of the box, and I think this sounds super duper interesting. Sorry, like I'm not very good at reading things. Like when I was in like regular school, I always had so much anxiety when I had to like read from things. When I read out loud, I like stumble on my words. So sorry, I probably sounded like a 12-year-old trying to read that. But anyway, so inside here, super duper cute, still sticking with the purple theme. It comes in this little bag, but can we talk about this for a second? There's like little instructions. Oh my gosh. There's even like the purple little confetti things, and I guarantee you if I leave this box out, Oscar is gonna try to eat all of them. He loves these things. Super cute. I'm like losing my mind over this packaging. I love purple so much. But here we have this little thing, and I actually really like packages like this where they're like sealed, and I don't really know how to explain it. I just have like a weird thing for these packages. But on the back it says, "This sponge won't suck," which is like what it said on the inside. Non-absorbent, 2 to 4 times more I can't read. Non-absorbent, 2 to 4 times more foundation coverage, expands like a regular sponge when wet, longer lifespan, lasts 2 to 4 times longer than other sponges. I'm so bad at reading. Marshmallow soft. Oh, there's a cute little picture of a marshmallow where it says that. Sourced from ultra premium materials, antibacterial, silicone infused barrier limits bacteria, scrubs clean, use soap and scrubber for an easy clean. And the scrubber is right here. You can see there's like a little blender sponge, and then there is a scrubber. And then I promise I'm done like horribly reading things after this, but at the very bottom it says, "It's the one and only super sponge. We're so excited for you to try a revolutionary super sponge. It's literally like nothing you've ever felt before. It's the world's first silicone infused makeup sponge that won't absorb your foundation and scrubs away clean when you're done. We hope you love it as much as we do." Has a little bit about like their Instagram, which I will link down below, and it says latex free and cruelty free, and then patent pending. So there you have it. I honestly, like, I don't even want to open this up. The packaging is so cute. Like, I have a weird packaging obsession. Okay, I think you need scissors to open this. I'll be right back. Okay, I just got it up because I thought you needed scissors to open it, and then I realized that you literally open it just like any other like Ziploc bag. This video is really turning into like things I don't know how to do. Can't open packages, can't read. Pretty much just embarrassing myself in a video. So bad at opening packages, like the absolute worst. It's honestly embarrassing. I can't open packages to save my life. Also, the inside, can you see? Yeah, you can see. It's like holographic in the inside. So honestly, I give the packaging like an 11 out of 10. So here is like the little cleaner that it came with. I think this is like a suction cup on the back, or maybe it's like, no wait, I think it's for you to like hold in between your fingers like that, and then you could like clean off the sponge. And so here's the sponge. I read the little like instructions thing that was like the piece of paper that I like put to the side when I was showing you the box. But so it explains that the dark purple part on the top, which is like, I'm not good at math, but I'd say probably like 8/10 of the sponge, that is the silicone infused part, and you're supposed to use that part when you're like applying the foundation, and that there's any parts that you just need to like gently buff out at the very end, then that's when you use the bottom, and the bottom is not like silicone covered or silicone infused, so that's just like at the very end when there's like not much that it can really like absorb, you know. That's that. It does say that you should wet it before you use it, so I am going to go to the bathroom and do that, and I will be right back. Okay, so I wet it down and it is super duper soft. It expanded just like it said it would. And I didn't mention this earlier, but there are like a few like teeny tiny sparkles, like I guess what's the word, not like ingrained but like encapsulated, I guess, in the silicone part, which kind of adds to the whole aesthetically pleasing thing. I don't know if I mentioned this, but it is super duper squishy. And in the paper that I was talking about, that I was just telling you like a little bit of what it said that the more you use it, the softer it will be, which is supposedly good. So with that being said, I think we should move on to the testing part of it. I'm just going to set this down on a clean area of my desk. And for foundation, I'm going to be using the Lancome foundation. This one is in the shade 215 Buff Neutral. This foundation, the one that I previously have mentioned that I don't know how to say the French part. So yeah, Lancome Ultra Wear Foundation. I also already primed before this with the Becca Backlight Priming Filter, which is why my face probably looks a little bit like glowy and not necessarily normal, because I did use that primer really before I started the video. But for foundation, the way I always use my foundation, I used to like pump it on the back of my hand and then take it off my hand and put it on my face. But I feel like that kind of creates more of an opportunity for germs to come in contact with your skin. Like I said, I'm a germaphobe. Also, then you have to scrub it off your hand, and sometimes foundation doesn't come off very well when it's like on the back of your hand. So I have just taken it upon myself to literally just cover my face with this, like straight from the bottle. So I'm really hoping that doesn't drip down. One time while doing this, I completely missed my face and I literally just squirted it and it just landed right down on my favorite sweatshirt. So that kind of broke my heart a little bit, but I literally ruin every piece of clothing that I wear when I'm doing makeup. Like the other day, I accidentally dropped a blue Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lipstick on my favorite Calvin Klein sweatpants. I knew before I sat down to do the look, I was like, I should change into a different pair of sweatpants that I don't like as much. But I was like, nah, it'll be fine. I'll just be extra careful. And then I literally dropped the whole tube like face down, so there's a giant circle where like the top of the tube is. And then I proceeded to drop it down onto the floor off of my lap. So thankfully, we got new carpets, and thankfully my mom insisted I have like a painter's tarp underneath where I'm sitting right now, so I don't ruin the new carpeting. So thankfully she thought of that, because there's a giant blue stain on the painter's tarp now, and that would be on the brand new carpet. So I believe that's good, but we might possibly need to put a little bit more on. People always comment and say I put way too much foundation on, but honestly, half the time I have to go back in for more foundation after the fact because it wasn't even enough. Although that could be due to the fact that like a beauty blender like might suck up my foundation, so I guess we'll see if it's different with this one. But I guess we'll just move straight into like blending it out and whatnot. Okay, that feels super different on my face. You know, like how a beauty blender, like it feels like you're just pressing a sponge into your face. This is like super duper soft, so like there's nothing wrong with it or anything. It just feels like really different from a beauty blender. I actually kind of like it. It feels like really smooth. Actually, now that I'm using this sponge, I think I may have put on too much foundation. So far, I think that this sponge is actually like not sucking up any of the product. Okay. I mean, you know, that'll save me a lot of money on foundations. Oh god, I literally, now I have way too much on my face. This is both a good thing and a bad thing. It's a good thing because it means the sponge is like working the way it's supposed to, but it's a bad thing because now what am I gonna do? I have like 2 pounds extra foundation on my face. See, literally it's not soaking any of it up. Like you can see that there's like a big clump of it on the blender because it's like not soaking it up. So actually I'm just gonna wipe that straight off onto my hand because I have way too much foundation on my face now. Oh wow, I really should have thought of this before I put so much foundation on. I'm gonna take this and I'm honestly gonna scoop some of that off and just rub it right on the back of my hand. I've never run into this problem before. I've never not needed to put on like more foundation after I finish blending out the first batch. But like I've never had too much foundation on my face before. Although I suppose this is a good problem to have because next time I won't have to apply as much. And then I won't have to spend a lot of money on foundation. See, like around my mouth, I haven't even blended that out yet because I know it's like literally just gonna get all over my lips. Honestly, I did not realize how much foundation my beauty blender was soaking up. But I guess it explains why it takes me so long to wash it, because I'm literally squeezing out like 5 pounds of foundation every single time I wash it. So, okay, usually this is the part where I have to go in with more foundation like around my eyebrows. That's usually about when I run out, but I have not run out of foundation and I have not needed to apply more, and I still have a little bit of extra right here that I have to blend out. So far I'd say it is most definitely doing its job, doing exactly what it claimed to do. So I'm very impressed. Okay, so my foundation actually does look really full coverage compared to usual, probably because it didn't suck up half the product. Like, I had no idea that my beauty blender was sucking up so much of the product, but yeah, like this is all of like what I had to rub off on my hand because I just put way too much on my face, and like usually, like I said, that's not enough when I use a beauty blender, but apparently that was way more than enough for this. So guys, if you try this, like don't use a lot of foundation, like just go in little by little until you get a feel for it, because I am telling you, this does not suck up your foundation, your product, whatever. Like, I'm impressed. So now I'm going to go with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. The one that I use is in the shade Fair, and I am going to do a little bit less of this than usual since I learned from the foundation that this does not suck up product, so I don't want to have like blinding under eyes. Like, that would not be good. So we're just gonna do that. I usually like add a third line. We're not gonna do that today, just to be on the safe side, because you know I could always go in with more if I really needed to. Just gonna do a little on the chin, do 2 lines on the forehead instead of 3, a little bit on my eyelids because that's how I prime for eyeshadow, and then right there just to like meet it all in the middle. I'm really scared that that's gonna be too much. We'll start with the chin. Okay, so I think that was a good amount that I applied. I usually apply a little bit more than that, but since I toned it down, it worked well for this. Then forehead. Okay, so like I said, I'm using the back end to just kind of blend the seams together around the very edges, just to make sure it's not too harsh of a line. That works so well. Like, so well. And then, like I did with the other eye, just taking the back end around where like the outer edge of where I blended out the concealer was, so it's extra blended. And then what I always do is I just take the excess and put it on my nose. I don't know, I feel like there's no point to it, and a lot of people think this is stupid, but I like my nose, so I like it kind of being in the middle. Well, obviously people's noses are in the middle of their face, but I just kind of like to make sure the whole thing's like highlighted and center of attention, I guess, because I actually really like my nose. I know a lot of people don't like their nose and they try to like contour it to look whatever, but I really like my nose. So, a fun fact of the day, Abby really likes her nose. I am going to quick like set this with my powder off camera just so it doesn't start creasing or anything. I don't know where I put my powder. Oh, under the sponge. Anyway, so I will be back in a couple minutes after I apply powder just to kind of like give you my final thoughts on it. But yeah, so far I'm sure you can tell exactly where I'm leaning with this one.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I've set my foundation and concealer in place. If my eyelids look a little creasy, just ignore that. I did not set those because I'm going to be doing my eyeshadow like once I finish this video, so I didn't want to set them. But overall, I love this sponge. Like, I really love this sponge. Upon further inspection, while I was like looking at my face while I was setting it, I realized I think my foundation looks better than usual. I think that my pores look smaller. And that may sound crazy, and honestly, like, I don't know exactly how a sponge would manage to do that, but I've used this foundation so many times before, and it does do a good job at making my pores look a little smaller, but I swear they do look even smaller than usual with this sponge. I stopped using my Benefit Professional Pearl Primer just because I noticed that I didn't really think it made that much of a difference after a while. I'm not sure exactly why that is, but anyway, so I don't have any like pore filling primers. This foundation just hides my pores a little bit, but I swear on absolutely everything, it looks like this sponge made my pores look even smaller. So don't know how I did it, but literally worked a miracle because my pores are caves, like literal caves in my face. So other than that fact, I love this sponge. I wasted so much foundation because I put so much on that was completely unnecessary because this didn't suck up any of it, so I literally just had like all the foundation that I put on my face was all the foundation that I needed, and more. Okay, so I just looked on the website because on the box it did say it was like a sneak peek or something along those lines. I know I said it in the beginning. I just looked on the website just to make sure, see if it was actually out or not, and it is up for pre-order on their website. Like I said, I will link their Instagram down below. I'll also link their website down below. You can pre-order it, and right here it says, be the first to own the world's only silicone infused makeup sponge. First early bird units released in April, remaining units released in June 2019. So you can pre-order it right now. I'm assuming, I guess if you're like one of the first people to pre-order it, then you get it shipped out in April, and then if you're like in like the last group of people to pre-order it, then you get it in June. When I was looking at their Instagram to go to their website, I noticed a comment on one of their photos. Someone asked when will I receive my sponge, and they responded and said they are going to be shipping out the product in early April. So that answers my question, and I have a hair in my mouth. Yeah, so honestly, I 10 out of 10 recommend this product. I should probably go and see what the price is so I can tell you. Should have thought of that before I closed out of the website. So for the price, it says, well, it says $29.95, but that's crossed out and it says $19.95. So I'm not sure if it's like a sale right now that's going on or something like that, or how long that sale is going to last for the pre-order. But up on top, it says 99-cent shipping to Canada and America and $3.99 worldwide, which personally, I mean, I think that's pretty good because shipping is usually so expensive. So there you go. I definitely recommend trying this out. I am super impressed. I love this. Dare I say that it is my new favorite makeup sponge. I mean, I think I'm just going to be using this more than my beauty blender, honestly. Not to mention the fact that it's purple. Like, I feel like this is just like meant for me. Like, first of all, it's an amazing product, and it's purple and sparkly. I mean, come on. So like I said, absolutely adorable, works amazingly. It didn't suck up any of the product. Like, I had way too much foundation on my face. I had to rub some of it off because this didn't suck any of the product up. So you'll save money on foundation. Definitely recommend this. It is by the brand The Super Sponge. I'll leave their Instagram link down below. I will leave their website link down below. Please go check it out. I love this sponge. I am so impressed. Not to mention the fact that they are literally the absolute sweetest. They were so nice when they reached out to me. So yes, please go check them out if you are interested. I definitely recommend the sponge. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye! Oh, also, I forgot to mention this. This video is completely not sponsored. It always says down below in the description that my videos aren't sponsored, except for like one. I've only ever done one sponsored video. But in case people don't scroll down in the description far enough to see that, this video is not sponsored whatsoever. They did send me the product for free, but obviously that is my own opinion. Everything I talked about is completely my opinion. So yes, this video is not sponsored. Yeah, that's it.